Yes, I'm being dragged on here against my will again.
He's always saying that he's being dragged against his will. It's not true. It's not true. Well, we haven't picked up the camera for a bit.
For a bit, yes.
Van life troubles. It's a disaster.
Well, those of you that actually have that camper vans, motorhomes, or even live in them, will know that from time to time we get troubles. That we didn't think we were going to get any troubles, but we did. Yeah. We did. We took our delightful little motorhome, our Peugeot Boxer, into the local dealers, local garage to have its MOT. It was due, and I said nothing wrong with it. It's just there's one little red light on the dash that won't go out. And they had a little look and they go, that's your airbag sensor. I goes, yes. He goes, well, that's an MOT fail. Just an airbag sensor. It's an MOT fail. Yep. So we have to check it. So they checked it, did some tests on it, and then called me back the next day and said, well, we've tested the sensor and it's not working. A new one will be £450, but we'll send it away to a place that we use in Liverpool.
Was it called Data Quick? Because a lot of people mention that.
No, it wasn't called that, but it was called Crash Data. I wasn't going to mention it.
What was it called?
Crash Data, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Crash Data. Well, anyway, a lot of van lifers use
it was sent there, right? Who incidentally did a good job. But anyway, so yeah, we've sent it off there. We've also checked that you said your fridge wasn't working, so we've checked that, and no, it doesn't work, and it's never going to work again. And said, oh, you check that your light above your cooker, it's not a new bulb. The whole system doesn't work. It needs a whole new system. So, but anyway, so yeah.
But of course, those things were just cosmetic.
Oh yeah, nothing to do with the MOT. Yeah, but the light will probably cost us about £100.
If we want
the fridge will cost us about £1,500. And anyway, they just said, well, basically we haven't done anything. We've just diagnosed it all.
We're using a cool box, by the way.
And that'll be £456, please.
Yeah.
So we paid £456
for nothing.
For nothing. And then they said that usually the sensor came back as they didn't think they were going to be able to fix it, right? Somebody also said that they didn't make the sensor of the Peugeot Boxer anymore, 2011, which means no sensor, no MOT, no van. So for about few days, about a week, we were just rather stressed out by the whole thing. And then we had a beautiful bit of luck. Crash Data sent the sensor back saying that we've given it a good test and we think it's good to go. So the garage, the dealers put the sensor in, tested it all, it worked fine. I got a phone call saying, guess what, Mr. Andrews, everything works fine. And we've given you an MOT, and there's no advisories, nothing. It sailed straight through.
Good old Brian.
Yeah, it sailed straight through. Of course, we still haven't got a light over the cooker, which doesn't matter because we've got plenty of battery lights, and we still haven't got a Thetford fridge, right? Well, we have, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
So we got a cooler, but we're not sure what to do yet. We know we could probably pick up a Thetford fridge for about £1,000, okay? But also we could also for about 250 quid we could get like a decent 12-volt fridge freezer, which might go into the same space.
Anybody have any suggestions on
yes,
that?
Absolutely.
Definitely put them in the comments.
Absolutely.
Because we
haven't got a clue.
Really, we don't have a clue. No. We'd have to have somebody do either of those, put a fridge in or put a
But after all that saga, we're now back in the van. It's going fine. We've got a year's MOT, everything's hunky-dory, and we've just driven just over 100 miles from our last place
in the Midlands.
Yeah, to Boston in Lincolnshire, which is where we've just arrived.
We're just outside of Boston.
We just arrived there last night.
Yeah.
So we're going to be here for about 3 weeks and have a good time exploring Boston and Skegness and all around that sort of like coastline.
All the local areas.
For the next 3 weeks before heading further north after that.
What's the place in Norfolk that's not too far?
Oh yes, yeah, I can't remember the name now.
Yeah, so Norfolk's not too far away, so we might...
Kings Lynn.
Kings
Kings
Lynn.
Lynn, that's it.
Because of course we've got the car
We're
still,
about-
and
yeah,
we've
we're-
had some work done on the car as well during that time
we're about 28
frame,
miles
so-
from Kings Lynn or something
Yeah.
like that, 28, 30 miles from Kings Lynn. So, we'll
So
probably
we're
pop there.
so glad to be back
Yes.
on the road.
Yes, and so things are all back to normal now.
And it really
yeah.
wasn't a disaster. We
No,
did spend a couple
seen,
of nights in a
you seen the last
motel.
video that we did in Brighton, which was just before the MOT.
Yes.
So there hasn't been a long gap really. I mean, Brighton, MOT, Boston.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So.
And there we go. Yeah.
And it really wasn't a disaster, because it's just that we had to. You just have to expect these things.
And for those people that are always moaning at me, by the way, Boston's got loads of charity shops. Saw them today, but of course today is Sunday, first day here, and it's a Sunday. We had a little walk around there and a cup of coffee, but of course most of them are shut. Not all of them, but most of them. But come tomorrow
in Boston, yeah.
Come tomorrow, you know.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, you can't beat a good charity shop find, which brings me. Look, this is my little charity shop find today. It's a little duck, isn't it cute?
I do approve of that.
You tell me that this
it's
is
very well crafted. It looks really good.
You tell me that not everything.
How much did it cost?
Well, a couple of quid, you know. But I mean, that'll be velcroed and stuck onto the dashboard of the van, and there'll be a little
another
duck.
mascot. For
Yeah,
the van.
another. Yeah, isn't it good? So no, Trish, you can't have it. You might get the illuminated bird, but you ain't getting me duck.
So yeah, so that's really kind of our update
Yes.
for the moment. As I said, we went to Boston today, and I'll put that on a future video or
Yeah.
the end of this video. You know me, I never know what I'm doing as far as what's happening with videos until I actually get in there and start
But
doing
yeah,
them.
but now, as I said, the next couple of videos are going to be all about our stay here in Lincolnshire before we head off.
And we are at a lovely site. It's called the Thatched Cottage, and I will go around later. I mean, this is the holiday weekend, and it's got 20 pitches, and there are 20 vans or caravans
She's
here.
trying to say it's full, but she's going to start waffling
full.
again. You know what she's like.
Yeah.
She's going to start waffling.
So it's completely
basically
full.
she'll show you around the site at some point in the near
at some
future.
point when hopefully
Okay.
we get people that will go back home because they need to. So
anyway, so is that it?
I think that's our
it?
catch up for now.
All right then,
so.
jolly good. The next one, as I say, will be in and around Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then.
Okay. Oh, but before
What?
I forget, sorry, more waffle.
Oh no.
I want to thank everybody who has subscribed recently. So thank you very much. That really means a lot to us. We don't really plug a lot because initially our videos were made for my family members in America and our friends. So just
of
so
which
they
we
could
have
keep,
two.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
Hi Lisa. Hi Gavin. Hi Nico.
And Niall.
And Niall.
And Bay.
And May.
Shut up.
Okay, that's 5. So
Wow,
yes,
we did
for our
well.
5, for my family and our 5
Yes,
friends.
I know.
Thank you very much, those of you that have joined us recently. We really do appreciate it. And of course, I don't need to say, those of you that always comment and have been with us for a long time, stop it, that have been with us for a long time. Thank you so much. You know, you guys mean the world to us, so we really do appreciate it. And okay, we'll see you
Bye.
later.
We're in the lovely Lincolnshire town of Boston. It's really interesting. Very unusual shopping streets, and this is what they call Central Park. It's a lovely little place. You know? Loads of parks for the kids. There's a lovely park down there. And it takes you into the main street. So yes, very nice feel to this town. It's not really big, but I would probably recommend it. There's Boston in Lincolnshire.
We're on our way to take a look at St. Botolph's church. It's also known as the Stump, which is a weird name for such a large church. It got its nickname because it has a super tall tower, but it doesn't have a spire. So from a distance, people said that it actually looked like a giant stone stump. People started calling it the Stump, and the name stuck. Today is Sunday, so unfortunately we can't have a look inside because there is a church service going on, but we can have a good look on the outside. Well, we're coming into the high street, and you know Chris, he's got to check out his charity shops.
I've been forced against my will again. Hello, this is central Boston on market day. So
we've come back for another day to look at the market. We spent yesterday in the rainy day just watching Agatha
and also this time, because last time was a Sunday, so yeah, the charity shops were shut. Okay, but we won't go there.
No.
This actually stretch of water, it's the River Witham, but it's actually referred to as the Haven, and it actually goes a long way. So this body of water, it is the River Witham, but it's called the Haven. It's not raining enough, but it's still a bit on the chilly side, so I quite recklessly came out wearing shorts, but there you go.
And a bit overcast, but hopefully all being well, so we're going to head to the market now.
Shorts, cold legs, but never mind.
See you in a minute. The smells here are fantastic. Lots of bacon smells.
This is Dolphin Lane in central Boston on market day. It looks a bit interesting, doesn't it?
It does look very interesting.
Look.
That's why I wanted to come down here.
You're a suck of a bunting, that's your trouble.
Yeah.
A little bit of bunting and you've got to go and have a look, everything.
I also wanted to look at these plastic ducks.
Oh yeah, you see that? That inflatable.
Yeah. Shall we get one for the van?
No, I don't think so.
Wow, this is a really interesting little place.
What's the name is?
Some steaks. Really craving the steak. And I have to say one thing Boston does really well. Lots of benches, which is great. Oh yeah.
Let's look at it. How can we get those? Well, I'm going to get them.
£1.
I'm going to get those.
Okie doke.
Oh, you're going to put it in your bag then? Better not put your bag in.
Not yet. Oh, hey, how about some asparagus for £1?
Well, we've got some.
Okay, we do have a lot of vegetables. You're right. These are very good prices.